What is a Hearthstone? Is it a game? Is it a hearth? Is it something people are still playing? I guess so. I think so. Maybe. But we recorded this episode 8 years ago with Michael Silberblatt and Adam Payne, two very funny people. And they told me about this nerdy shit that later has been replaced by Marvel Snap. Can you tell I just woke up? Enjoy!
You may love a thing that I can't stand. Spiders, tofu, watching Homeland. Our interests are all varying. It's fun to be contrarian. But I'll try things that you all love to see if I can rise above. But maybe there's a chance that I just won't. So in that case, don't mind if I don't.
Hold on one second. Okay, now I'm ready. Right.
Cool.
Welcome to Don't Mind If I Don't. Hey, I'm your host, Aaron Gold. This is the show where I don't like things, but then fans and experts come on and show me why I'm wrong, and then I grow as a person, and then I learn things about myself and the world, and then everybody's friends. Today we're talking about the hit game Hearthstone. I'm going to explain what Hearthstone is in a second, but first I'd like to introduce my guests. First up is actor, voice actor, and rank 700 legend Hearthstone player. Welcome back to the show, Michael Silberblatt.
Woohoo! Glad to be back.
Great, glad to have you, you with your velvety little voice.
Aw.
It sounds like there's a velvet ear on my ear. I'm very tired. Also joining us is musical improviser and arena enthusiast for Hearthstone, Adam Payne.
That totally sounded like I told you to say it, and I did.
You did. Little peering behind the veil there. Every time I introduce someone, it's because they told me to say these things.
Yeah, I can make them say whatever I want for my intro, and that's what I chose.
You can. You want to try another one?
No.
Cool end of this bit. Michael, Adam, why don't you briefly explain what Hearthstone is for the uninitiated?
Definitely. So Hearthstone it's a game that was created in 2014 by Blizzard Entertainment, very popular video game company known for its IPs like Diablo, World of Warcraft, StarCraft, etc., etc. And it was created as at first as sort of a passion project by some team members who were fans of trading card games and wanted to try to make it a little easier instead of having to go out and purchase all of these physical cards, and wanted to make an electronic game.
I personally have already checked out. That's just
no.
That's just where I'm at. But you keep going.
So we have some work to do then. Yeah, it's a game that has a lot of elements from the World of Warcraft lore, and they kind of, in a whimsical, fun way, spin it into all of the characters being put into these cards that you collect and battle with these cards, just like any sort of trading card battle game. It's all electronic, fun and whimsical, and accessible to the public.
So basically, it's video game card game for World of Warcraft.
Yep, that's
Correct.
pretty much it.
Okay, cool. Well, everything on this show gets rated on a scale of 0 to -10, 0 being my ambivalence, -10 being blood-curdling hatred. Now, I'll admit, I did not know a ton about Hearthstone before this week when I started playing it. And Michael, you also let me use your account along with me starting my own account, so I got to play at a higher level as well as a starting out level. Mm-hmm. Before I played it, this game was at a -2. I didn't really care. However, I have been playing quite a bit this week, and now I'm happy to say I'm at a -5.
Oh no!
This game
Scale means nothing.
This scale means everything. It just strikes me as obnoxious. Like, first of all, it's really tough for me to get into a video game card game. Like, that's a bit much as is. But then this whole game is like if Pixar fucked the concept of addiction. Like it's like Pixar without the heart.
Oh man, That's harsh. A little knife in my heart there.
Oh no.
Yeah, the scale means nothing to me. -5 isn't part of the scale.
It is. It's numbers.
Yeah, but it's below the scale.
Yeah, but it's 0 to -10. Then hopefully you guys can convince me why I'm being a curmudgeon and stupid and wrong, and then I'll go into positive numbers.
I'm so mad about the scale.
I think we can do it. I'm optimistic.
I mean, both of you, this is both of your second appearances on this podcast.
Yes.
Michael, you were on the Emojis episode. Adam, you were on the Settlers of Catan episode. And both of you successfully got me to like things.
That's true. It was very easy. Aaron just needed to win.
Actually, that's very, very true. And that's my big problem with Hearthstone. I don't win a lot.
Yes.
This is true.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, but like a lot in this game.
Yeah. You started playing this week, right?
True.
That might be part of it.
That it does take
It might
some time.
be.
Yeah. One of the common pitfalls / complaints is that while Hearthstone is very easy for a new player to pick up and understand and start. I mean, you can just download a quick client and it's usually pretty self-explanatory how the cards work. However, it's somewhat unfriendly for new players to come in if you don't have a collection and you're going to be pitted immediately against a lot of veteran players with lots of very powerful cards that you don't have access to. And then you'll find that you'll lose quite a bit when you're playing against other players during a few weeks that you have downloaded the game. Over time, that gets a little better as you build your collection. But yes, it's a totally valid critique and frustrating point of Hearthstone as it currently exists. Although it's something that the current dev team is working on in terms of trying to make it a little more user friendly for newers.
Well, if you're just going to validate my feelings, then I can't really. Takes a lot of the
We're
fun
going to
out
get
of
you to hate this even more over the course of one episode.
It's been done.
Yeah, we can do that. Another thing with Hearthstone is that basically it tries to pit you against users that have a similar ranking. It's called an MMR. I forget what that stands for. Maybe you remember, Michael?
Massive multiplayer.
No.
It's a matching
What?
rate.
It's a matching rate, yeah.
Oh.
And so if you're taking someone's account that is top 700 legend, which is very, very good in Hearthstone, that means you're being pitted against players that are also very, very experienced in Hearthstone. So it's going to be more difficult for Michael's account than it would be from a new account.
You're right. I didn't even take that in consideration. Yeah, if Aaron, if you were
Hell
playing
yeah.
on my account, you were playing against some really good players. And yep.
Actually, I only use your account to do the dungeon crawl.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah. And like I won a couple. I got like up to 3 wins in the 8-win series.
There you go.
When I played as your warlock.
Nice.
And then I played as your paladin and won maybe 2.
Nice. Well done. Very nice. Good for you.
Yeah. Good job.
Out of 8? That's not great.
Oh, you should be proud.
I felt hollow.
Oh, no. Honey, that's very impressive. We're going to put that on the refrigerator.
Well, okay, with a game, how long has Hearthstone been around? Because it's been around a while.
4 years, just about. So it started in 2014. Very slowly, they've added expansions over time. It's usually about 3 expansions a year. These expansions will vary from just a whole bunch of different cards that people can collect to these player versus environment adventures that that players can actually create their own decks to battle against these characters from the Warcraft universe as computers, almost like bosses or dungeons and such.
I feel like if I was into World of Warcraft, this would get me. But because I've never played nor ever given a shit about World of Warcraft, like if this was the same game but Marvel superhero style,
Yes.
I think I'd be more interested.
Definitely.
That's probably true because you like Marvel. But I will say that I've never played Warcraft myself and I've never been particularly interested in Warcraft.
Well, there goes that theory.
Yep, theory's done.
Oh, that's interesting.
So how did you get into this if you don't like that? Do you like
when I was
video
like
card
11,
games?
12 in junior high, I was all about Magic the Gathering. Loved it as a kid and completely fell out of it because actually having a physical collection was difficult, especially with, moving to different places. It's hard to keep up with a physical collection and also is very expensive. And for Hearthstone, that was a way for me to play a game like this, like Magic the Gathering, on my phone. It became so much easier. And also it added another twist to what I already liked about these card games. And that was because it's on a computer, there's this randomness factor. And you can do these cool computer tricks that you can't do without a million die rolls physically, just by using a random number generator. And that's kind of one of the things I appreciate about Hearthstone. There's a card in Hearthstone called Nosdarmu. And it's a card that regulates each of your turns to 15 seconds. And like a little rope will start coming down and there'll be a field of like sand and smoke that comes shooting up. And you can't have stuff like that in a normal card game. There's this fun little extra sort of tongue-in-cheekness to it.
I mean, it's a very tongue-in-cheek game.
Yes.
It's tongue pressing so firmly against the cheek, it might have gone through it.
Yeah, it feels good.
Does that feel good?
Yeah.
I dare you to do
That's
that
what
right
kissing's
now.
like.
No, Adam, no.
It's funny that you mentioned.
Adam, no.
I like dangerous kissing. What? What were you going to say, Michael? We're doing
Well,
good. And Aaron
I,
dropped his phone.
I dropped my phone and I was going to edit that out, but now that we've said it, I
now
probably
it's part
can't.
of the canon. I'm going to bring you up regularly over the course of the rest of the interview, so it has to stay in there.
Damn it, you've bested me.
I'm a little
in audio combat.
a little worried if the tongue in cheek is the go-to kissing technique these days. That would be a little disconcerting. But
Yeah.
You say that like you've been out of the game for a while.
who knows? Maybe, probably.
It's fine.
I've
We're
been
all
out
beautiful.
of the game a while, but they're pulling me back in.
It's funny.
This isn't a visual podcast, but we're all beautiful.
Yeah.
This is true. We're all good looking boys. I feel like I'm 15 years too old to enjoy this game.
I definitely don't think
You're
so.
2 years older than me.
I think the median age
Yeah.
for this game is, in fact, our age group for sure. Especially given tournament players, and also given Blizzard's fan base, like late 20s and even early mid 30s. That's definitely median age.
I feel like because I wasn't into Magic the Gathering, though, like I honestly am only getting into like, I was always into sci-fi and superhero shit, but I'm only getting into fantasy now that I'm an adult, like playing Dungeons and Dragons and shit, like adults do. And I feel like did I just miss the boat?
I don't know. The way you said like adults do sounded like it had a sarcastic tone, implying that adults don't play Dungeons and Dragons, which is where I have to disagree.
No. I mean, is more of, it was sarcastic, but also like self-referential. Like I didn't play Dungeons and Dragons until I turned 28, 29.
Yeah. Same.
Like, yeah. And I'm super about it right now. I love it.
There's not really an age limit on things you enjoy like that. I don't know. I don't think there's an age limit on Hearthstone, Dungeons and Dragons, any of that.
That's fair. That's a very zen answer.
Thank you.
I think. I think that the definitely the two categories of people that will enjoy Hearthstone easiest and quickest would be either somebody like Adam who is coming from a card game background, like somebody who's already a fan of Magic the Gathering, or B, somebody like me who actually did not have any whatsoever card game background, but came as a Warcraft fan. And I know that since you sort of fit neither of those, that would be an extra obstacle. But I do think that there are definitely people who are neither Warcraft fans or necessarily card game fans that can get into Hearthstone because of maybe if you're a fan of mobile games in general, which you might not be.
I am.
Oh,
I
nice.
actually,
Which
am.
mobile games do you play?
I played the ones I played the most. I was playing Marvel Puzzle Quest for over I'd say about 1,200 straight days. And I'm only now like not playing it as much because I've been playing a lot more Marvel Strike Force.
Hey, does anyone else notice a pattern?
Marvel.
It's the Marvel thing, guys.
Yeah,
it's the Marvel
yeah,
thing.
it's the Marvel
How can I be the
thing.
only one to notice that pattern?
But indulge me for a second. What about the Marvel mobile games did you like? Like, why was that something that you would go to over and over again?
Well, let me preface by saying not all Marvel games, hashtag not all Marvel games, but I'm not like into like the Avengers Academy, which I think would be the equivalent of to Hearthstone when it comes to Marvel versus World of Warcraft. I'm not really into Marvel Future Fight, which I played a little bit and I just found super repetitive. I like being able to level up my characters and kind of customize them or like pick my team, which I guess Hearthstone does.
Yeah, a little bit.
Does do that. Well, can you level up your people?
You do. It's primarily cosmetic for the level ups, but for every character that you have, so there are 9 classes that mirror the original 9 classes from World of Warcraft. For every few dozen games that you win or even lose, you gain a certain amount of experience for that character, and then that character that class could level all the way up to 60 in Hearthstone. And as you level up, like every 2 levels or so, you earn a golden kind of GIF animated version of that hero's cards from the basic set. So you can level all the way up to 60, and then having all of these golden cards for that hero just kind of makes your collection a little more cosmetically interesting. So when you go into battle, you have these animated cards as opposed to just the stale cards. But that's as far as leveling goes in Hearthstone.
So your reward is gifts?
Essentially, yes.
There's one card. I forget what it's called. It's what's that 2/7 beast card?
The beast? Oh no,
turtle?
The 2/7 beast card?
Yeah, it's attack 2, health 7. It's a turtle, and it has the best golden animation because the golden animation is just the turtle just snapping its little turtle jaw at you over and over and over again, which I think is the best way to sell Aaron on golden animations.
Don't you dare appeal to me via my love of reptiles.
It's so cool, and it just like sticks its little neck out while it snaps.
It's
not a great card, but it's hilarious.
I honestly could feel this bumping up to a -4, just you describing that.
Oh, no, my goal is to make it worse.
Why are you doing this show?
I don't know. It's funny for me. I do this for myself, Aaron.
I think actually Adam brings up a really good point about this, because is one of the things that Hearthstone does and this is, I just think is an objective fact, does so well compared to any other game of its type, and we're talking about electronic card-based battle games, is it really, really makes the board and the cards feel alive. There's nothing like, and I've tried a few other card games like Gwent and
what's Gwent?
That's like a card game for the Witcher. Yeah, the Witcher universe.
The Witcher universe has a card game?
Yeah, Witcher 3, I think, introduced it, and it got popular enough that they just made a separate card game.
Yep.
What?
So, yeah, your little character in Witcher would play cards, and they're like, this is good enough to warrant its own card game. I haven't gotten into it myself, but I just haven't had much time with it.
Is it a mobile game, or is it like a full-on
No, it's a
game?
You have to put it on a computer. You can't. They don't have. I don't think they have an app. I could be wrong about that, but I don't think they have an app. But it's essentially the same thing as Hearthstone. But slightly different rules and different board setup and all the things. But
yeah, and just kind of a different style too. Hearthstone is more sort of like fun and cartoony, and Gwent feels a little more serious, which is part of the reason I'm personally less interested in it.
The cartooniness of Hearthstone is like a hair too cartoony for me. Like, so you Michael, you sent me a couple animations, and I'd actually seen the first one when I booted up Hearthstone for the first time.
Oh, nice.
To paint the setting, it's a girl lost in snowy woods.
Oh.
And then a rabbit
Yeah.
is on a box, and she looks at the rabbit, and it's all very Pixar-like animation. And then she touches the box, and instantly she's transported to a tavern full of orcs and wizards and paladins and
Murlocs.
Yeah, all these kind of dark elves, and they're all just in a tavern playing this card game. And they're like, "Welcome, strange little girl in a bar. Let's not be freaked out about why you're here, and everyone just have fun. Let's all sing a song."
Aaron. It's a dream sequence because she's actually unconscious in the middle of the woods in the middle of a blizzard.
If that's true, then I'm up to a 3.5.
What?
Yeah,
no.
like I would love that dark twist.
This is the inverse of what I'm going for.
That this girl is lost in the woods, and these are Hall of Hearthstone is the last few moments of her life.
Yeah, you should hate
she
this.
hallucinates through this frigid tundra.
I had a really bad run in Arena yesterday, and I just want you to hate it along with me, Aaron. Hate this game more.
So you would you say that the animation was like sort of Pixar-esque, just to sort of paint it for the audience that maybe hasn't seen the trailer?
Extremely.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. When it comes to the animations, like, because we covered this on the Overwatch episode,
Woo.
I think the Overwatch animations are fucking
Yeah, they're
brilliant.
incredible.
Like,
Woo.
they're engaging. They tap at your heart, especially the Last Bastion.
The Last Bastion is insane.
If you've, like, whether you like video games or not, if you just kind of like Pixar, go to YouTube and watch the short film The Last Bastion from Overwatch, because that's a good fucking short film.
Mm-hmm.
And Hearthstone has none of that authenticity that I get from Overwatch.
No. Hearthstone is much less about the characters, partially because all the characters are just sort of usurped from World of Warcraft. They're kind of more referencing parts of World of Warcraft lore than building their own narrative. That's just how it is. It's not really about the narrative for a game like that. But hey, chess is the same way. I don't care if it's a horsey or a knight.
A horsey is the knight. Oh, okay. I get you.
Yeah, I'm understandable.
So Blizzard as a company, they are always really good at and all of their IPs juxtaposing like really, really serious characters. Like you talk about the Lich King from World of Warcraft, who's this Darth Vader-esque, like tragic hero backstory. And in the same shot, you could have the Lich King standing next to this Murloc who's like bright-eyed and silly and ridiculous. And all of Blizzard's games have that. They have like little bits of like really serious high fantasy with camp. And so I think what Blizzard as a company is really doing is using Hearthstone as one of their IPs in which they can really kind of focus on the camp and silliness and the frivolousness of it all. And that's definitely by design. And if and similar to Overwatch, I'd say is like it's somewhere in between, but sort of leaning towards the silly and campy. But Hearthstone is like their place where all of the fans from Warcraft can really just kind of make fun of all the characters and such. So I know that campiness is by design, like for those fans.
I mean, I'd hope.
Yeah.
I would actually say that it's kind of a lovingly sort of
Correct,
make fun of
correct.
those characters. And when you brought the Lich King, that actually kind of made me think about the Lich King card. And we'll see how well this translates. Actually going into one card in Hearthstone that I actually really like. It's a card that the Lich King is a very important character in the Warcraft lore. I don't know it very well because I didn't play Warcraft, but I'm pretty sure it is.
Yes.
But just the design on that card, it feels like you are standing below him looking up. Mm-hmm. And when he comes down on the board, his stats are very big. He immediately has taunt, so suddenly people can't get to you. They need to go through him. Taunt is a mechanic in the game. And he just immediately feels like he has such an impact on the board in the game in the same way that character feels like he should have that presence. And that's something I really appreciate, actually. I know I'm trying to make this game sound worse, but whatever. It's kind of cool that yes, there's a lot of camp, and you have these like little, like cute little Murloc characters that are 1/1 fish creatures that don't do anything. But also you have this character like the Lich King, which is big, and he feels big, and he impacts the board, and he does something that makes you feel like, oh, I'm actually playing with a character that matters. That's cool to me.
Now, before we get any further, let's just explain you mentioned 1/1, and there are a couple other stats.
Right.
So there are 2 stats on every card that you can play that are minion cards. Mm-hmm. Because you're a hero, and you're playing against another hero, and you can play down minion cards to fight for you. And the first number is how hard they attack, and the second number is how much health they have.
Yes, and each hero has a total of 30 health. The goal is to attack the other hero enough that their health goes from 30 to 0.
Right, and sometimes you have to take the minions out of the way, and like the strategy comes in the form of, do I need to take out the minions, or should I just go straight for the hero?
Yeah, exactly. So when I say you have like a board and impacts the board is the minions that you have in play.
Okay. If this sounds confusing, you're right. But it does have, I guess, a little bit of charm. I don't know.
Wait.
No.
No.
Yeah.
I forgot my bits.
The charm, maybe it's because I don't have this connection to the lore. Mm-hmm. But the charm is inauthentic to me, it feels like with I don't know how I can explain this. It just doesn't feel earned.
Interesting.
And it feels too much. Like, I love the Overwatch animations because I like characters. Characters come first in a story to me. Like, I love character development. I love a story where you understand a bad guy's perspective. It's not just, I'm evil.
Yeah, like Killmonger from Black Panther. Such a good villain.
Amazing villain.
How good is that movie?
That movie's fucking excellent, dude.
Honestly, it's my favorite Marvel movie. Like, maybe my top. It's like in my top 3 easily.
Yeah, top 5 for me.
I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do think it's funny when we get distracted.
I'm fine with that. We got to fill an hour.
Hey, Michael, what do you think about Killmonger?
Killmonger's great. Also, good performance by Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, he's so great.
Yeah.
Wasn't just a fluke when he was on The Wire.
Yeah, a sentence that no one has ever said before. A great performance by Michael B. Jordan. I'm being facetious. He's an amazing actor.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. I realized that, like, you looked at me, Adam. I'm like, oh no, I do not mean this. He's fucking amazing.
For the audience, I looked at Aaron with a combination of pain and anger.
Adam, every look from you is a combination of pain.
My last name is Payne for those that weren't paying attention earlier.
So wait, let me go back really quick. So Aaron, you played through the you played through the tutorials, correct? Tell us about your experience through the tutorial process of Hearthstone.
The tutorials had a thing that I thought would end at the tutorials, and they did not. And that each of these cards, you were right, Adam, in saying that all these cards are very animated and they're very they have character-y stuff, and they all have dialogue that is unskippable and goes on forever. It slows the game down so fucking much, and I'd be fine with it if it were skippable, but you make me listen to these, and I just want to play a goddamn game, not, get this animated version of Shakespeare in the Park with fairies. So I guess
feel like there's no voice line in Hearthstone that exists for more than like 4 seconds tops.
Also, anything you describe as an animated version of Shakespeare in the Park with fairies should probably get a higher score.
Yeah, I said it out loud and I gave it too much credit, but yeah. Thanks for calling me on my shit.
I don't know. It's a vivid description.
Okay, so you played through the tutorial.
Yeah, and like tutorials, for the most part, it was pretty accessible, but like I think the second to last level of the tutorial took me like 4 tries to beat, and no tutorial should take that many tries to beat.
No, I think interesting. So I it's been a while since I played the tutorial, and they've actually changed it since I first played it.
It was Hemet, the beast guy with the
Hemet Nessingwary.
Yeah. Hemet Nessingwary. He was the guy that
I'm good.
kicked me out a bunch.
Nice. Got it. And then when you're playing through the tutorial, was it what were some of like the fun things that you noticed? What were some of the things that maybe you found charming in some ways? If you had to think on our side of things. Utter silence.
No, I mean, truth be told, the voice acting is solid. It's campy, but it's solid. And I like that. I liked that they put characters into this, so it's not just like I'm playing a card game. It is like I am being another person playing a card game.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like a game. I just wish the dialogue were skippable because it did go on a bit.
Did you just click around on the board at all?
Yeah.
Like, there's one board that literally, when I say the board this time, I mean just the sort of playing area.
Oh,
there's
maybe
little
not then.
like houses and volcanoes for certain like different boards. There's like a little garden, and when you click on stuff happens. You can mess up a house. You can break its windows. You can make the volcano explode.
I did not do these.
Ooh, it's kind of fun.
Yeah, the volcano is
All right,
interesting
well, I'll tell you
because
what.
it's sort of like an Easter egg in order to figure out how to make the volcano explode. And once you figured it out, then it's no longer a secret. But for new players, they're always like, how do I make the volcano explode? And there's a sequence of things that you have to click on in order to get it to explode.
Do you guys want to share that with the listener in case they're a Hearthstone head and want to be able to do the thing?
Hell yeah, you do it because I don't remember.
Well, it's I mean, the easiest thing would be to just Google how to do the volcano explode on YouTube. But you click on the bottom right hand of the Ungoro Crater board if you're given that board when you play, and you click the stones and leaves in a certain order that matches the sound bit. I don't exactly remember the order, but if you YouTube it, then you'll get it. It's kind of an exciting moment.
Let's try this right now. Michael, I'm still logged into your account, and I've just opened up Hearthstone.
Nice. Yes.
If we want to play a quick game, what should I
Great.
click?
I would love it. Why don't you play? Because it would be silly to play against another player right now. Hit
Solo adventures.
All right, I'll go to solo adventures, and where do I?
Great. And then scroll on the right hand side. Scroll through all the solo adventures. I think it's at the very bottom. It should say Innkeeper.
At the top it says practice. That's
that's
the
the top.
Innkeeper. The bottom's Naxxramas.
Oh,
That brings me
yes.
back.
So I click. All right, normal. So practice,
Great.
normal.
And then choose any of the 9 classes. So for the listeners, the 9 classes are, and this is kind of adds some flavor. You have the Druid.
Yeah, and briefly explain
the
them.
Druid is a class that has a lot of choosing cards. You can choose to be more offensive or defensive, very much like the shape-shifting Druids in World of Warcraft. There's the
He makes a bunch of trees and stuff.
all nature-based, very flavorful. The Rogue class is another class that's all built on combos. You use multiple cards at a time, and you're rewarded by clever use of these combos and these tempo plays, very much like the rogues in World of Warcraft that will stealth in and out and do a lot of damage and then have to kind of get away real quick or else they'll suffer lots of damage. You have the Mage class, which is very based on spells, lots of throwing frost and fire and removing enemies from the board or going directly at the opponent's face. You have the Warlock, which summons demons and inflicts a lot of damage on its own hero to gain temporary advantage at the time. You've got the Paladin, which inspires all of its smaller army men by buffing them up and making them bigger and bigger and more damaging, almost like a leader on the battlefield. You have the Priest, which heals himself and heals its allies such that its minions can have high health pools and are resistant to dying, and then they stick on the board for so long and steals other people's cards. You have which ones am I missing now? The Hunter.
Oh, I don't know.
Hunter.
I was thinking about stuff.
Yeah. Hunter's all about beasts and using your arrows to damage directly at the enemy. It's very fast gameplay. And then I'm sure somebody's going to catch me missing one, but those are some of the favorites.
Did you say Shaman?
I didn't say Shaman. Oh yeah, because Shaman's my least favorite.
Yeah.
But it's very random number generator.
Shaman's
class.
your least favorite?
Shaman is using the power of the elements to and totems to kind of call upon the deities, and it's all random sometimes. Sometimes you get these luck of the draw moments where you get large, powerful minions that the deities have or the elements have given you.
Oh wait, did I mishear you? Did you say Shaman was your least favorite, or did you say something else?
No, it was.
Yeah, because Shaman sounded badass.
So which one?
You said least favorite?
It's probably my least favorite, just because they're hard to control. They're hard to predict sometimes.
Well, I kind of want to play as Shaman because that sounded interesting.
Okay.
I like
Great.
Shaman personally. Let me look at your decks real quick to make sure we don't do a crazy hard one or anything. Looks like you have on your account you have Overload, Murlocs, and Kara. What's Kara?
Oh no, that was for Karazhan, the adventure. You would.
Oh, got it. So Overload probably would be. Well, Murlocs might be easy.
Yeah,
Overload would probably be more fun.
Take an Overload.
Overload.
Overload it is.
So Overload. Let's explain to viewers what that is, or listeners what that is. Shaman.
No, you need to go into mono.
You put down cards that are actually more powerful than they should be on the board, but you pay the price by putting a card early that's more powerful than it should be. Your next turn now suffers a little bit. You have less resources to spend on your second turn. So you're kind of front loading a lot of power. And you have to strategically know as a shaman when you should do this and when it would actually harm you in 2 turns. So that's.
Yeah. So basically there's this in-game, how would you describe mana? It's this sort of in-game sort of currency.
It's
almost.
your ability juice.
Ability juice. So as the game goes on, you get more mana, and overload cards require mana to be paid the next turn, basically.
Yes. I'm playing around on the board right now, just pressing buttons. I'm trying to see if I can make this little thingy over here explode.
Oh my goodness, that's so cool!
Can I?
How do I describe this for a podcast audience?
I don't.
There's
think you can.
a bunch of doohickeys.
They're levers and 2 buttons. One's 3 buttons. 2 are red. 1 is green. There's also a fire thing that Adam is pressing.
You can make the bombs explode if you hit the fire thing.
Maybe I should turn.
See, Hearthstone's the best.
All right, let's just. Nobody sue me, but here's a little sample of the audio. And then.
So the audio, for those that haven't played, it's the whole thing about Hearthstone. It's as if you are walking into an inn, a very campfirey inn. A lot of the home screen has this kind of like almost Gaelic type little strumming around, and you try to feel nice and cozy and warm, as if you would want to just play a card game with your friends. And then once you are jumped into a battle, the board music changes depending on which board you're in. You're either in a jungle, or you're in a frozen wastes, or you're in like a mystical tower. It all sort of depends, and it changes things up. All right, so how is the game going so far? What's on the board?
So right now we have a tunnel trog on the board.
Okay.
Turn 1.
I don't know what I'm doing.
That was the right move, Aaron, to play that tunnel trog. It's a very powerful 1-drop, arguably one of the most powerful 1-drops in the entire game. 1-drop, whatever. I think just totem for this move, or use the crackle on the enemy minion.
Like that. Well, bam.
Yeah. So because tunnel trog is powerful, because when you play an overload card, he gets more strong. You not only remove the minion, you make your tunnel trog more strong. Good job.
So since listeners don't have the benefit of seeing visually what's going on.
I'm starting to feel like this was a bad idea. I think I'm going to stop playing right now.
Then I'll something else I would love to, we hinted on this a little earlier in the podcast, but how every minion like has its own flavor and feel. Like they really feel like more than just cards and pieces of paper. So when you put that tunnel trog, to give people an idea of what that is, it's this very early game kind of weak minion. You know, World of Warcraft spans everything from little tiny little creatures that barely do anything, from smaller murlocs and beasts to large lore characters like we mentioned before, the Lich King, which come later in the game. They have this huge impact on the board. So when Aaron puts a tunnel trog onto the board, you hear a little animation of this creature going rawr, rawr, rawr. And it moves the board just a little bit, but it doesn't necessarily shake it. Whereas if we were to wait maybe 5 or 6 more minutes and we're getting into larger minions that are appearing on the board, when they slam onto the board, the whole visual of the game shakes. When you slam those enemies into the other hero, little pieces of rock animate and fly away, that you feel like the game that you're playing is alive and moving and breathing. It's not just a stale piece of paper that you're flipping around, which is.
But here's the thing, though. It's still just cards running into each other. Why is this even a card game? You know, if this wasn't a card game, I think I could look past the camp. I could enjoy it more. Like, I don't understand why I'm playing cards instead of, characters. Like if I was building a team of dudes.
Yeah.
And like, you get what I'm saying, right?
At first I was sort of with you about that. I was thinking the same thing, but then I actually turned around to the exact opposite. There's the fact that they are cards as opposed to characters does 2 things for me, which is the first thing is that it kind of fuels my addiction for this like collection type thing that, even back when I was a little kid and would collect Pokemon cards, there's something about like collecting cards that's universal, and we're familiar with card collections, that when you open them from packs, like just like for me as a kid going to Barnes and Noble and buying packs, that the fact that these characters are in card form, like actually kind of makes it feel a little special in that way. And in fact,
Goes back to baseball cards that your grandpa would have.
Yeah.
Huh.
And having played World of Warcraft, there was nothing, and being a Warcraft fan, there was nothing cooler for me than to, see some of my favorite characters from World of Warcraft be put into card form, and the clever way that Blizzard has actually made their card dynamics mirror the dynamics of the actual character form of World of Warcraft. So I think if you're saying, why shouldn't I just play the characters? There is a game for that, and that would be World of Warcraft. And then if you want to,
but then I've got to play an MMORPG.
Right, and you're playing an MMORPG.
More bigger.
But I mean, they are the characters, and they would send their little minions out, and they do actually fight. But seeing them,
You got me on logic there, and I don't like it.
I also prefer that it's a card game personally, but also I think to me that's a very nostalgic place because Magic the Gathering and the idea of collecting these cards and having each little piece of art that I can associate with each card. That's a nostalgic place for me. That's something I certainly prefer to the idea of just a little guy swinging his arm.
So the nostalgia factor is huge in this.
Definitely.
Like it's not necessarily immature, this game, as much as it is just going like, hey, remember when?
Yes.
Well, maybe, but we're coming at two different places of nostalgia, and it works for both of us.
Yeah.
Because one is for Warcraft, and me is just for like cards.
Yep. Also, something that
So it's not necessarily like reliant on nostalgia, I would say, based on that, since we're still coming at it from two different places.
Mm-hmm. The other thing, Aaron, I think that you would appreciate is Blizzard's really good about crediting their artists. That a lot of these cards that you're currently playing were actually the artwork that you see on them were created by fans. And they credit the fans in the card. So if you go into the collection screen on the home screen, you can click on every single card. And there's like 3,000 cards in this game, probably more. And you can see who the artist was, and they have the fan's name, and they have little like flavor joke texts about that card itself. Mm-hmm. And so there've been lots of fans out there that, especially for like DeviantArt, that love to just draw their favorite characters. If they fit the character that, super, super well, Blizzard has actually used their artwork into a game and credited them as such, which I think is amazing. And some people like to like collect all of the cards from a certain artist, and there's no other game that I know that does that. And I think that's really, really special.
Yeah, that's begrudgingly, that's a pretty cool way to get
also,
back to
a lot of the
fans.
art is gorgeous.
Yes. The art is really well done.
It's beautiful.
Grant that.
And I'm not sure if I brought this up, but there's actually a turtle in the game.
You did.
Okay, it's incredible.
The turtle,
the snapping turtle.
The turtle gained you a point. Like,
yeah. Again, attack 7, health. No, attack 2, health 7. Aaron, edit this out. I messed up my line.
I won't. Ha ha! Now you know how it feels.
Yeah, man. I need a copyright infringe right when I say these things. Also,
this is helping me tolerate some of the campiness of it. Like, the art is very well done. I said, ugh.
Also, there are a lot of little loving references to fans of Hearthstone. Like, if you play long enough, they'll sort of like poke fun at themselves for a while. There's sort of there's a Hearthstone subreddit that clearly the people that make Hearthstone also read, so they can make jokes about that. They can turn the memes into cards. It's kind of a fun little feedback loop that can happen, like the 4-mana 7/7, a bunch of other in jokes. I won't translate here, but take my word for it, people.
I was about to ask you to explain one, but I was just like, we don't have 15
4-mana 7/7 is very strong.
We don't need to. Okay, cool.
I mean, it's only 4 mana.
Okay, great.
The other thing that I would try to do, because I know, Aaron, that you're a big fan of Marvel, and I'm sure you're a fan of many other things, but it's
just Marvel.
Just Marvel.
It's kind of just Marvel with Aaron.
Like, imagine if
I'm a man of singular tastes.
If you had
all of them,
the best way I could think is if you had a card game. I mean, it doesn't necessarily have to be a card game, but some game that's very simple that you can play in less than 20-minute intervals, just on your lunch break.
Solitaire.
And you get to like toy around with like kind of a silly version of Iron Man and Spider-Man like battling each other and just saying these like funny quips and like in almost like Guardians of the Galaxy-esque humor where they're just like battling each other.
Awesome.
I mean, like that's kind of like what this is for card and Warcraft game fans. And I think there's
I wasn't with you on that until you said Guardians of the Galaxy, and then I was so with you on that.
It's
the Rocket Raccoon card would be
they're
great.
like clever little quips against each other, and it's all these heroes that you play. Like it always cracks me up when when like the warlock hero is facing another warlock hero and it's dueled and it's mirrored, or rather better yet, when like a druid hero runs into the card of Illidan, and in the lore, those two characters are actually brothers. And then there's little Easter eggs that if you play that card against his brother hero, there's actually a little voice line that says "Welcome, brother," and it's just like it's little fan service things for people that love these characters.
Well, here's one big thing keeping me from getting into Hearthstone. I know it's not pay to play, but isn't it pay to like advance?
I'm glad that you brought this up. There are microtransactions in which you can pay for packs and you pay for like all the cards. So, just like you would go to a bookstore to buy normal cards, you could, buy them virtually. That said, I myself, and I've played through the highest ranks of Constructed. In all 4 years, and I've played since this game has opened in 2014, I think I have only spent like $50 on the game. Like I'm close to free to play as possible, because
which is less than the price of an average
of an average video game.
And over 4 years.
Over 4 years.
I want to insult that, but that's not terrible.
No, that's so good. I've spent so much more.
Oh God, how do you mind if you?
I don't know, but I also just don't care, and I'm bad with my money. So that's what I spend with it. That's actually what you touched on is a fairly common complaint with Hearthstone historically. Recently, they've actually done things to address it. They've introduced much cheaper alternatives to buying packs, and they've also basically certain rarer cards. If you that are harder to get, they made it easier to get rare cards by making so that you do not get duplicates of cards that you already have if they're rare. So they've actually addressed this a couple times, and I've just noticed in my time playing Hearthstone, when a new expansion comes out, I can get every card in that expansion very easily now, and I wasn't able to before. It's because they made everything more accessible and thus cheaper.
That's
every week that you log on, there's a fun like turn against the rules mode called Tavern Brawl, and your first win in a Tavern Brawl, you get a free pack. They have all these promotional days. We're logging in. Sometimes you just get free packs. If you follow like the Hearthstone community where they have tournaments, you can vote for your favorite tournament player. And every time that tournament player wins a game, you get a free pack, which incentivizes like the community to try to, like foster some sense of, like following the big players, like
gambling.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if you don't pay anything before you gamble.
Correct. And you don't have to pay anything. It's all free. And for me, just logging in steadily every now and then without delving too many hours, like I just get all these free packs and resources. And if you play Arena and you learn how to be like fairly good at it, you can actually play this game indefinitely without ever paying any money, because your Arena will reward you with packs and the cost to enter Arena in the first place. So you can like have an infinite amount of resources. There are definitely ways to play this.
The better you do in Arena, the better your rewards are. And some people can just play Arena to get all their cards.
Yeah, I will say, if I do end up playing this game, I'm not going to be spending a goddamn time on it. I wanted to give this one point in Hearthstone's defense, because like I mentioned, I play Marvel Puzzle Quest, I play Marvel Strike Force, and I also do a lot of my gaming while I'm on the subway heading to work. And unfortunately, a lot of the games I play are tied to the internet. And sometimes if you start with the internet and then lose it midway game, you can still keep playing, and then it'll just give you the rewards when you get internet again. Then other times it'll be like, no, you ended up not getting anything. Hearthstone, I did that once, and it loaded up next time I had internet again, and it said, hey, just so you know, you did get the rewards from that last time, and here's the last time we picked up on you.
Yep.
And I was like, okay, you know what? More games should do that. That was pretty good.
Now that's if you're playing, against a computer. Unfortunately, if you're playing against a player and they can't wait for you to reconnect on your subway run, you will lose the game if you disconnect from the internet for too long, so that the other player isn't just waiting around.
Yeah. That's another human being on the other side, and they don't have time for your bullshit.
But against computer, yes.
I don't play games to connect with human beings. I play games to keep my thumbs and eyes occupied while I get through the drudgery called life.
Jesus Christ. Oh my god. I've made friends on this game.
Have you?
Yeah, a couple, like, not good friends. I'll never hang out with them. But, like, no, like, there's, you can friend recent opponents. And most time people are just like, they friend you and like, fuck you, man. I don't like you, you know, trash talk. But sometimes, like, they've been, like, legitimate friends. It's like, hey, good game. That was crazy. It's like, yeah, that was nuts. I got really lucky. You played really well. And just, like, a really sincere back and forth. I don't know. It happens. It's kind of very sweet when it does
that's happened to me a number of times. I've played against somebody and they ended up beating my really good deck with something that was like a free deck, you know, that they made themselves with this crazy combo that I'd never seen before. And so I sent them a friend request and I was like, whoa, that was really clever. I never had seen that before. Well done. And something else that Blizzard does that's kind of, it's, you know, it incentivizes good behavior and having, you know, friends on this game, that they every now and then they have a quest where you have to observe a friend win a game. So it actually incentivizes you to make friends via the game, so that if you observe a friend like win a game, or you play each other as a friend, you both get these rewards of in-game currency and gold and such. So,
yeah, and they're like the best rewards in the game too, because that's the thing that would encourage most.
They are actually the best rewards.
Yeah.
Well, they were until this past week, because this past week they introduced a new event with insanely good rewards, and it's super fun. It's all for the arena. They introduced brand new cards just for the arena, and they're all really, really insane and super fun. So I've been playing a lot lately. It's been great.
All right, let me start to wind down by asking you both this. What is your favorite thing about Hearthstone?
Great question. Adam?
My favorite...
That was a solid question. Someone else answer it while I buy myself time.
I'm not sure if this is the answer you're looking for, but it's something I really enjoyed. Is the one time. So my favorite mode is Arena, which is basically you play games until you lose 3 times with a maximum of 12 wins. If you get 12 wins, you get great rewards. I love that mode. And the first time I ever got 12 in a row with no losses, 12-0, it's incredibly hard to do. I played against a username that I recognized because he's a super famous Hearthstone streamer.
Who is it?
Trump.
No way.
That name hasn't aged well.
Oh no.
Wow, you played against him.
That's it's so
cool.
weird because Trump is the only time I like hearing that name is when I'm on the Hearthstone subreddit. But yeah, I played against Trump when I was at 9-0 with my Druid deck.
That's amazing.
And I beat him. And later, like in the following couple days, I just looked to see if he posted the arena run on YouTube, and he did. And I found him playing against me and commenting against me. And at one point, like, I did a questionable move, and he's like, that's actually not a bad move. And I felt so good about myself. And I wound up going 12-0 with that run. I was at home visiting my mom at the time, and I was freaking out. And my mom was the only one there that I could talk to. And I was trying to explain why this is a big deal. And a really supportive mother. So she's just like, oh my God, honey, that's great. And you're saying he's a famous gamer? The whole time. It was exhilarating. It was so cool. And yeah, it was very much a rush. To get 12 in Arena is such a rush. It's so difficult to do. I've since done it many times, but at the time, it was...
You got a little dirt on your shoulder there. Might want to brush that off.
I did it, podcast audience. Yeah, God, it was so much fun and very intense. My heart was like literally beating out my chest. It was a good experience.
Well, shout out to Trump, the good one.
Yes. Trump is great in this context only.
In this context only, please do not remove that one audio clip and isolate it of Adam saying that.
Don't be dicks.
Michael, how about you? What's your favorite thing about Hearthstone?
In terms of the game mode, I had to say I agree with Adam. The arena is really fun once you get a hang of it. However, I think my favorite thing about Hearthstone is not necessarily a game mode, but honestly the love and like a care and attention that the developers clearly make to have those lore characters from Warcraft like function in a way that the cards do. I mean, like, there's nothing better for me than having played World of Warcraft and gone through the Naxxramas raid in World of Warcraft and remembering that one boss that he would systematically like blow up the one side of a room, and then in the side of the room would like rotate and you had to move around your character. Well, in the card game, he has a power where he blows up the leftmost minion of your board. And it's like, what? I mean, it's so clever the way that they did this to mirror the actual mechanics of World of Warcraft, but in a simplified way into a card game. And so when I'm playing this card game, I'm like, that is so clever because I remembered having this experience years ago. And that rush of feeling like, wow, good job, devs. Like you just fulfilled my nostalgia for a moment. That's always, I think, the most fun for me.
So my biggest hang up with this game was that it kind of came across a bit corny and lame. Yeah. Like it was, a stepdad taking you to a thing that he thought would be fun. And then every 10 minutes going like, isn't this cool?
Aaron, that's your entire vibe.
It's most of my vibe.
That's your entire vibe.
A little bit of other things.
It's what we love about you.
Other depths. You really shined a mirror to my actions, Adam.
Listen, if you negatively rate Hearthstone, you negatively rate yourself, and you shouldn't do that. That's bad.
But the things I found lame and stuff. I guess maybe it's because I didn't have the background in this culture or this fandom. Like it. You guys explaining this stuff does make the things they do seem less. This will get new people in, and more like this game was made with love and with care for the fans. So if I started at a -5,
stupid scale,
I'd say I'm at a +2.
Yay! He loves it.
It's fine. I think I can see
Christ.
myself giving it
Your
another
Hearthstone
try.
boner showing, Aaron.
Adam, shut up.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think I could see myself playing, mostly because I need a game that isn't Marvel-based. But, like, okay,
We
all
can
right.
play a
if
game
I don't
after
have to
the
drop
podcast
money
together, and we will have fun, because I'll
will
show
beat
you
the
how it's
shit out of
fun.
me.
No, not against each other.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that
no,
could be fun.
together.
Okay, well, yeah. All right. And, Michael, I'm sure you'll be happy to have your account back.
Well, actually, no. We'll play a match, and then I'll let you use one of my decks from your account, because you can share decks nowadays. So,
well, I don't really have.
We'll do.
Well, whatever. Michael, do you have anything you'd like to plug?
Yeah, I am. So we're recording in June right now, but if anybody's in Southern California, I'm currently doing a show in San Diego with the Roustabouts Theater Company called Romeo and Juliet. It's a brand new world premiere comedy. So come check us out. My website, www.michaelsilberblatt.com. Yeah, come check me out.
@.com.
No, just .com. Yeah. michaelsilberblatt.com. Thanks, guys.
And if people want to find you on the Twitterverse or Instagram, Grammys, where can they do such things?
I don't really use Twitter, but Instagram @Mike Silberblatt or just Michael Silberblatt works. And if you are a Hearthstone fan yourself and you want to play against me, you can look at maybe the description below, because I'm forgetting the 4 numbers next to my name. It's like Niakin and then 4 other numbers, but we'll work that out later.
I'll plug both of your Hearthstone account names in the episode bio.
Excellent.
We'll see.
Adam, how about you? What do you have to plug?
Musical improv at the Magnet Theater here in New York every Tuesday. I'm on one of the teams, but last time we recorded an episode, that team got cut, so I'm not jinxing us this time. Just come see all of the musical improv.
You don't want to say which team you are?
I'm on Winston. We're actually named after an Overwatch character.
Oh my God, that's who you guys named it? Oh boy.
I like Overwatch too.
That's fair. I would like to plug You Are Not Alone, an uplifting show about depression. The next one is Monday, July 16th at 7:30 p.m., also at the Magnet Theater. And speaking of that Magnet Theater, at the end of June, the Mixer that I host on Thursdays is ending. Adam did not know this. The final one you should come to, it's super free, is Thursday, June 28th. At 6 p.m., or if you'd like to come and warm up with me, come at 5:30 p.m. Magnettheater.com. Lots of great stuff.
Woohoo!
I think that's all I got to plug. Also, if you'd like to reach out, email me at don'tmindpodcast@gmail.com. And do me a little favor, go into iTunes, click that little subscribe button.
Yeah.
Get a little 5-star review, because if you do that, or if you shout out this podcast on Instagram or Twitter, I'll say something I like about you.
Oh.
Or if you just want to follow me on that stuff, it's @Hey, it's Aaron Gold. Michael, Adam, thank you guys so much for joining me and for showing me to like Hearthstone, and I really have to use the bathroom.
Go for it. It's been a pleasure.
But before you do...
Uh-oh, what?
I don't know. I'm just trying to think of a long rambling tale. I just think it's funny to delay people when they're going to the bathroom.
Perfect. Guys, thank you so much for joining me, and keep on minding.
But before you sign out...
No!